The Algarve, sun, sea, sand, holiday hotspot, and a haven for golfers. But never mind the manicured greens or precision putting. This weekend, it's all about having a good driver. Hello, I'm Kevin Piper. This is Rally Portugal, round 4 of the 2013 World Championship. And after the thrills and spills of Mexico, we're guaranteed another rocky ride as we return to Europe for the next instalment of the most spectacular motorsport show on Earth. The Vodafone Rally de Portugal takes place on the south coast, the Algarve, with its base in Faro. It also features a special run through the streets of the capital, Lisbon. Round 4 of the season, another gravel challenge on Portugal's testing tracks, sandwiched between transatlantic trips and one of 13 rounds of this global adventure. Sebastian Ogier, the early championship pace setter, thanks to victories in Sweden and Mexico. But the Frenchman knows it can all change quickly, especially on Portugal's demanding roads.
This year it looks like it's more rough than usually. Some stages are very rough, so it's going to be hard for the mechanics. And yeah, a lot of crest. You need a very precise pace note, but it's a bit like that all the time.
And if Ogier has any doubt about the dangers of this rally, he need only look back to what happened to Jari-Matti Latvala here in 2009. An extraordinary off. The fact Jari and co-driver Mika Anttila walked away from this, testament to the strength and safety of these WRC cars.
It was a huge accident, and I remember we were leading the rally on that point. We started really well at the beginning, and then we had too much information in the notes because it was a new state. And then I started to look how the road goes with an eye, and I get the same speed. I should have brake. Of course, we went over the Armco and rolled 17 times, so it was a scary moment, but we were very happy to come there without any harm.
And a scary moment, something this man knows all about too. Former F1 star Robert Kubitza switching from the racetrack to launch his World Rally career here in Portugal.
I wanted to do something which will give me maximum pleasure and just enjoy driving, and because rally is something new for me. When I think everything is new, it attracts you more, and so I had the opportunity to this program, which is a great opportunity for me, and I'm very happy to be here in Portugal.
Kubitza honing his rally skills in the WRC2 Support Championship. In the main events, back-to-back wins for Ogier see him top of the standings by more than 30 points. No Sebastian Loeb, so it's up to Mikko Hirvonen to lead the challenge for Citroën, Sordo and Osberg right behind him. Elsewhere, Jari-Matti Latvala looking to improve on his disappointing start to the season. He's currently 7th on 15 points. Citroën still lead in the Manufacturers' Championship, but Volkswagen just 6 points behind now, likely to be pushing for that top spot this weekend. The first challenge for the teams, qualifying, the dust flying as they set about racing against the clock to determine their starting positions for Friday morning. Quickest driver here gets first choice. Spain's Dani Sordo setting the pace through the 5-kilometre stage, and so earning first pick of road order. The Spaniard opting to start back in 13th, which means he should benefit from a cleaner road surface left by the earlier runners. And here they are, Dutchman Dennis Kuipers in the Ford first on the road, having to tackle the worst of the gravel. Further down, Hirvonen will start 9th, while Sebastian Ogier is 12th, just ahead of Sordo. Thursday evening, and a chance to meet and greet the stars of the WRC ahead of the ceremonial start at the Vilamoura Marina. Championship leader Ogier, unsurprisingly, centre of attention in front of big crowds as ever here in Portugal, a country with a rich and passionate rally heritage. Day one features 5 tests in total, 2 runs through the Mu and Ourique stages before the crews make the 280-kilometre trip north for a showpiece super special sprint around the streets of Lisbon. The serious business, though, unfolds on the rough and tough gravel roads here in the south. Mu, scene of Latvala's infamous crash in 2009, and like Ourique, presenting a real mix of high-speed sections, blind crests, and plenty of twists and turns. Here we go then. Time to join our commentator, Paul King.
Thanks, Kevin. And Mikhail Kosciuszko is one of our first crews into action. We have bright, sunny conditions here in the Algarve, but with a bit of rain overnight, tyre choice could be a factor. The Mini driver, now onto his 4th rally at the sports top level, is really beginning to get to grips with this car. Mikko Hirvonen thought he'd claimed his first win in Citroën colours in Portugal last year, until a technical infringement cruelly robbed him of glory. Flying Finn's 2013 campaigners yet to really get fired up, and a strong result in the Algarve is crucial. Hirvonen's opted to run with a mixture of hard and soft compound tyres. He is quickest through so far. It was Mads Osberg who inherited Hirvonen's victory here 12 months ago. To date, that remains the Norwegian's only win. Interestingly, Osberg's running on Michelin's hard compound tyre. He'll be suffering for grip in the softer gravel sections, but with the roads drying out, he could yet benefit on the later stages. Stunning views from above of Portugal's wide flowing roads here. You can see how hard the tyres have to work on this abrasive surface here. Mads, 4.5 seconds quicker than Hirvonen.
Already on the next one, it will start to get a little bit better for us, and definitely on when we repeat the 2 stages, we will have an advantage. So that's okay. We can afford to lose a little bit now.
Well, Jari-Matti Latvala could be forgiven for feeling apprehensive at the start line here. Stage 1 features the now infamous corner that resulted in his horrifying crash 4 years ago. Jari safely through on this occasion. He's opted for a mixture of tyre compounds. With the road drying out towards the finish, it's not the start Latvala and co-driver Mika Anttila were hoping for. A bit wide on the exit there. Another dynamic shot from our high motion camera. Volkswagen suspension completely extended as Jari powers through the corner. It's a worrying start for the Finn, though. He's more than 6 seconds off Osberg's pace. So a real mixture of tyre tactics already in Portugal, and our championship leader has made a brave decision this morning. Sebastian Ogier, the only top driver to opt for full soft tyres. The VW man will have plenty of grip early on, but he has to make that rubber last for 4 stages. Seems like a gamble worth taking so far. Ogier is looking good to beat Osberg here. Should have an advantage, of course, running in a clearer line of gravel. Let's keep an eye on the clock. Yes, the Frenchman's incredible run continues. The opening stage win is his, but will those tyres last?
Sebastian, soft on the car at the minute. That was the right choice now, but what about stages coming up?
We will see. I'll give you the answer later.
And this is a sight motorsport fans around the world have been waiting for. Formula One star Robert Kubica back in top-line action, but replacing the circuit with the stage. Running in the WRC2 class, it's a solid start for the Pole's new career. He's 4th quickest in his category.
Thanks, Paul. Well, no sign of Kubitza in the top spots, of course. It's championship leader Ogier out in front, 4 seconds up on Osberg. Hirvonen leads the charge for Citroën. Top qualifier Danny Sordo is back in 5th. They're all safely through the opening test then, but no room for complacency. These Portuguese stages are notorious and about to live up to their fearsome reputation. One of the front runners is about to have his world turned upside down. We'll find out who and how in just a moment. Welcome back to Rally Portugal, the WRC eye in the sky, tracking Thierry Neuville as he winds his way through the twisting countryside tracks of stage 2. No time for the Belgian to take in the scenery. We, however, can sit back and enjoy. Fantastic view of proceedings, and time now to see how the rest of the field is faring in this second stage of the day as we rejoin Paul King.
And we are into the 18 kilometres of Ulrich. This is the man on the move out there at the moment. Typically tight and twisty roads as ever in Portugal, and Mads Osberg is looking really aggressive. Mads completely focused on those critical pace notes from Jonas Andersen. Oh, heavy contact there for Mads and Jonas. Let's take another look from inside the car. Osberg inches from disaster. He is living on the edge. So Osberg on those hard compound tyres, beginning to find some pace. Early leader Sébastien Ogier, meanwhile, has opted for these softer Michelins, remember. The road surface warming up, those tyres will begin to deteriorate on this more abrasive gravel. And we will soon find out how much Ogier has been suffering. Watch that clock compared to Osberg, who's currently fastest through so far. Oh, and Seb's lost the lead. What a drive that was from Osberg. Like Mads, Danny Sordo is running on the hard compound Michelins, and that definitely appears to be the rubber of choice in this first pass through Ulrich. Taking advantage of the clearer line through the gravel, Danny's enjoying running as the final WRC car. He too has found some pace, second quickest in stage. The Spaniard surges up 2 positions.
Well, Danny Sordo is now third overall after that impressive run through stage 2, with Finnish pair Hirvonen and Lappala falling back. Out front, meanwhile, confirmation, Mads Osberg has replaced Ogier in the top spot. Well, as we've been hearing, tyre choice has been a real issue in this morning's stages, and it's a big decision whether to go with the more durable hard compound rather than soft rubber. Added to which, the teams are allowed only a limited number of tyres over the weekend.
We have 40 tyres per car, 24 hard and 16 soft, so total 40, and you can use during the weekend, included check down, only 24. You have a barcode on the tyre, and every barcode are checked, and each driver has his own code bar that he have to use on the weekend only. Hard tyre is the first choice, and we have an alternative tyre. What we call alternative is a soft one, in case of rain or in case of they want to do a strategy different than the other. So hard compound is made for the abrasive ground, very abrasive and hot, and soft compound is a soft working in lower temperature, or if it's wet condition, it's working better because it gives more grips. But it's very difficult to use on abrasive and hot ground.
Well, it's certainly abrasive, if not particularly hot here in Portugal. Now we know the facts and figures, let's put the theory into practice with Paul King.
Thank you, Kevin. And we have joined rally leader Mads Osberg in our stage of the day head-to-head section. A chance here to follow the top runners through a full 1.5 kilometres of the Moo test, as Mads chases that benchmark of 44.5 seconds set by Mikko Hirvonen. The Norwegian showing impressive character here to respond to his frustrating technical retirement in Mexico. And this is looking like another aggressive performance from last year's Portugal winner. Absolutely no margin for error through these tight technical roads, unforgiving rocks, banks or sheer drops lining the road, and it's still incredibly quick in places. Not far from our split marker now. And he Danny is a fraction quicker than Hirvonen through that section. Further back, it's Ogier's turn to get pedal to the metal in our head-to-head section. Sebastian is the closest challenger to Osberg's lead, the Volkswagen start, just 4.5 seconds back overall coming into this stage. The soft compound Michelins may not have been the best call today, but Sebastian is one of the best in the business at conserving tyre wear. Just look at Ogier's smooth, no-nonsense style here. Keeping the car in a straight line is the key to preserving his rubber. And despite the disadvantage of his deteriorating tyres, this is still an impressive run. Just under a second slower than the rally leader through our head-to-head section. Next to take on this blisteringly quick run through stage 3 is Danny Sordo. This has been one of the Spaniard's strongest displays since his return to the Citroën fold, and once again, Danny is right on the limit. He could even challenge Ogier's second spot if he can maintain this momentum. Sordo, now one of the most experienced drivers in the WRC field. Surely the long wait for his first victory can't go on much longer. Not far from the split time. And Danny almost a second slower than the man of the moment, Osberg, in our head-to-head battle. And up ahead we are back with the Norwegian as he powers on towards the stage finish. Oh, Mads! That is game over for Mads and co-driver Jonas Andersen. Dramatic scenes in stage 3. Let's see what happened. You can hear the moment Mads knows he's carried too much speed. Maybe a misheard pace note there, whatever the reason. Once that Fiesta is tipped over, all they can do is hold their breath and wait for the car to come to a halt. Thankfully, the steel roll cage has done its job. Mads and Jonas were both unhurt, but that must have been terrifying. Their hopes of a second Portugal victory clearly over now. Well, they've got the car back on 4 wheels, but with Osberg out at the end of stage 3, he might not know it yet, but Ogier is back into the top spot.
Sebastian, you're asking about Mads. We're hearing he's in the stage somewhere, maybe rolled in the stage.
He went off.
That's what we're hearing from here. Takes a little bit of pressure from you, though.
Yeah, of course, because he was so fast, and honestly, some section was not possible to follow him.
Well, respect from Ogier, but it'll be scant consolation to Mads now.
We had a bit of a communication issue, if I misheard the pace note or if it was read the wrong way, but either way it was a problem because the pace note, I thought it was wrong, so we hit the bank on the outside and flicked the car over, and we rolled down here to a road that's passing on the downside, so it was quite a hard crash.
So more misfortune for Mads Osberg this season, with his wheels facing skywards, which means Sebastian Ogier reclaims the rally lead. Danny Sordo up to second, Jari-Matti Latvala in third after overhauling compatriot Mika Hirvonen. So a spectacular reminder that things can quickly turn upside down here. We've more drama from the Vodafone Rally de Portugal to come, along with Robert Kubitza's thoughts on why he's decided to join the WRC. Welcome back to day one of the Vodafone Rally de Portugal. A big weekend for Poland's Robert Kubitza, making the switch from Formula 1 to World Rally. It was a crash when rallying 2 years ago that threatened Kubitza's career. The Pole, though, has no intention of quitting.
I wanted to try rallying because I think in some point is the best way for me to come back to the high level in motorsport. Rallying is much more time consuming, and this is very good for me because I have spent too many days at home in the last 2 years after the accident.
Kubitza's competing in the WRC2 Support Championship as he adapts to the differences between single-seater racing and rallying.
80% of rallying is pace notes. If pace notes is wrong, you will not perform, or you will end up doing mistakes. As I said, big part of the success is coming from pace notes and from the work with co-driver.
Suffice to say, with limited gravel experience, Kubitza's realistic about his prospects this weekend.
I don't think I will compete for victories or stage wins against good drivers, experienced drivers, which we have in WRC2. I will take it as a good opportunity to learn and definitely collecting experience.
Well, Kubitza's World Rally debut was to prove eventful. The Pole, remember, competing in the WRC2 Support Series featuring four-wheel drive turbocharged cars, and lucky to get away with this off-road excursion. Then, despite engine overheating problems, he climbed to second place, only to collect 2 punctures in the process, which forced him to retire on the road section on the way to the Lisbon Super Special. All part of the learning curve for the former F1 star. No such problems for Esa-Pekka Lappi, the Finn dominating day one, establishing a lead of more than 30 seconds. British hope Elfyn Evans, the reigning WRC Academy champion, produced a solid performance to take second place overnight. But it was a bad day for the WRC2 Championship leader Sepp Wiegand, who lost a wheel when he hit a barrier in the final stage, dropping him to 6th. Confirmation then of Lappi's lead, standing at 30.1 seconds ahead of Evans. Eduardo Breselen in the Ford Fiesta is 3rd. Okay, back to the main event now, and the second pass through Urique with Paul King.
And a reminder there of the standings with Danny Sordo chasing rally leader Sébastien Ogier, 4.4 seconds. The gap between first and second at the moment as we head on to the final mountain action of the day. And Martin Prokop is already well on his way. The Czech privateer, as solid as ever, currently running in the final point-scoring place in 10th. Oh, but Martin may get a chance to move up here because this looks like problems for Volkswagen's new boy, Andreas Mikkelsen. The German manufacturer had high hopes for the young Norwegian, but his run to 7th and his first outing in the Polo R has been hampered by a serious handling issue here.
We have no power steering. It happened after 1.5 kilometers. I'm not sure why, because everything was smooth until there, so very strange.
Out front, though, there are no such problems for Mikkelsen's teammate and championship leader, Sebastian Ogier. The winner of the last 2 rallies looks set to maintain his dream start for the new Volkswagen WRC team. But can he hold on to the top spot with the kilometres winding down on leg 1? It has been a remarkable drive using soft compound Michelins through 4 increasingly dry stages, a further sign of Ogier's burgeoning talent in 2013.
You've got through, you're still leading. Was it the right or wrong call?
Maybe not perfectly right, but I mean, I know that I'm quite good to save the tire, so that's why I tried.
Ogier, though, knows he is far from secure because we have seen a breathtaking turn of speed from Danny Sordo this morning, and the surge is maintained through stage 4. The Spanish sensation claiming his 2nd successive fastest time to close right up on the rally leader.
Well, on the evening sprint through the streets of the Portuguese capital, Lisbon, Ogier took 2 seconds back from Sordo to consolidate his lead. Latvala still 3rd ahead of Hervnen and Neuville. Yevgeny Novikov, the best of the rest, at the end of an eventful opening day. So, championship leader Ogier benefiting from Osberg's big off to enjoy another overnight lead, but knowing one false move could change all that. We'll be back with more twists and turns from the Algarve tomorrow.